Hey guys! Today I'm here with an unboxing actually, and it is all about the new Wild Beyond the Witchlight, this Feywild adventure from Wizards of the Coast. I am going to go over this, and then, actually first I am going to unbox this box. Okay, well, it looks like we have some stuff from the Witchlight Carnival. Let's open it and see what it is. Luckily I got a knife right here. Be safe out there, don't cut yourselves. That's not a good way to live. Okay, well first off, the packaging is pretty good. I like it. It's all fun and games. The Wild. Wonderful Witchlight Carnival travels from world to world, bringing the magic of the Feywild with it. Before you get your ticket, grab the right dice for the occasion. So this comes with some elven dice, just the basic set of elven dice, but it comes with a couple extra D4 or D6s, which is nice. Durable felt-lined box that functions as a dice tray. Nice, nice. Player-friendly fold-out mat of the Witchlight Carnival, and 19 double-sided cards with descriptions and illustrations of characters, creatures, games, and other features of the Witchlight Carnival. So, okay, this is my first time really getting a something like this. I thought it all looked really nice. I'm a huge sucker for I mean, I like dice like everybody else, but I'm a huge sucker mainly for maps and anything that I can hand my players. So, okay, well first I want to talk about the dice, because when I was looking at the dice during the actual thing, I was pretty unimpressed. I feel like Wizards of the Coast, as a company who does a lot of dice, not just for D&D, but like Magic the Gathering and their other card games that require dice, I feel like the dice should be top-notch and better than most individual sellers, mainly because it's kind of the main thing that you use in Dungeons & Dragons, other than the products. But really all you need is a set of dice and your imagination, some paper, pens, and you're ready to go. So initially they just kind of looked like orange with some purple on the numbers, and that's cool, but actually as I'm looking at them, they're a little bit sparkly. You won't be able to see them super well, but they're pretty sparkly, which is nice. They're a little bit translucent. There are some bubbles in them, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, actually it looks like all of them have some bubbles in them, so that's a little disappointing, mainly because I like my dice to look professional when I'm going to use them, especially ones from a company like Wizards of the Coast. So, okay, the dice, not too bad. They feel good. Let's see what the D20 rolled. Rolled a 4, so sorry D20, may not be using you anytime soon. But the dice, they look all right. You know, they're a little bit lackluster, but you know, I will use them. Okay, next, this dice tray. So I love this actually. As you can see, it's got foil, so it's kind of holographic, and yeah, let's just do. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt. Roll 4d4. Okay, yeah, 5, 3, 3, and a 6. That's pretty good. The dice tray, I will say, actually feels really good. It is cardboard, you know, so it's not like crazy wood or anything, but the quality, the felt, everything looks pretty well put together and pretty good. So that is one thing, that is a point in its favor. I do really enjoy about it. So, and this symbol right here, it looks really cool. It's like an hourglass, looks like some sort of fey creature or fey symbol, something in there. So that's pretty cool. And so yeah, the dice tray actually works pretty good. Okay, so let's go into this other stuff that it came with. So actually, so this other one, that's kind of like the bottom of the box, is also a dice tray. So that's cool. You get 2 dice trays in one. Has the nice logo, and yeah, pretty much the same quality as the other one, except it's not as shiny, which is only mildly disappointing because it's still a good box. So I mean, that's a pretty solid box right there. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna leave the map for last because those are my favorite things. So let's go through. I'm not gonna go through all of these cards, but I'm gonna go through some of them. Specifically some of the art and perhaps some of the games and whatnot. Okay. Not bad. I like that. I like all this art, but I'm picking my favorites. And so one thing that I'm noticing as I'm kind of going through these is a lot of them really scream Feywild to me. They really show like this kind of strange, just uncanny valley type situation, and I quite like the style a lot. Of course, the Wizards of the Coast, they're gonna have good quality stuff because they can mass produce good quality stuff. It feels good. These are like, they're pretty thin, so don't leave them around kids or anything because they'll definitely get destroyed. But it's cool because it has the explanation on the back, and then it has this, so you could just like put this out for your players, give them an idea of what it looks like. Okay, so yeah, overall, this is pretty cool. Ooh, I like this guy, Mr. Light. Clown characters are really fun for me. I don't know, they're really cool. Not like creepy clowns, like you know, like serial killers or whatnot, but just clowns in general, or Harley Quinns or jesters or whatever. I really enjoy those types of characters. So, okay, I'm gonna focus now though a little bit on some of the art that I really enjoyed. So, let's see. So this is the Carnival Prizes little rolling sheet. So you roll a d8 and give your players something of this. So that's cool. There's like trinkets, wooden wand, that you can cast prestidigitation, tiny pocket of pixie dust, realistic replica of a unicorn horn filled with candy. So I mean, these are pretty cool actually. This specifically, this Carnival Prizes, I would say is, I want to see more of this stuff, mainly because it really gives off something that I can use, and not just for this carnival, but really, you know, any type of festival or prize pool that you run. It's really cool. Okay. Ooh, okay, I like this. Tiny electrum whistle that only Faye can hear. Pixie plushie that sings when you squeeze it. Hourglass without sand in it. Okay, so a lot of these are pretty cool. I like them a lot. Okay, so a lot of these are the creatures. And I really enjoy this mermaid. She's really cool. So it looks like it gives a picture, and then it gives a description on the back of how you can use it and kind of like their background. So that's pretty cool. The last one I want to look at is Goblin Wrestling. This is a game actually, so you can see it's pretty cool. And then it tells you how to play. So this is Goblin Wrestling. It's a game, so a small player has to pin a goblin, while a medium player has to pin one goblin while wrestling two of them. Winning the game requires a successful athletics check contested by the goblin. Two goblins working together make one check with advantage. Resolve a tie by re-rolling. If you win this contest, determine your prize by rolling one of the Carnival Prize tables. Okay, so a fun game, and it's definitely nice to get things like this where it gives us an idea for a game. My one issue is that game is boring. It just says you're making contested strength rolls. It's disappointing because I really expect more from the people who create the game. I really expect there to be a more in-depth way to do this. Yes, with the DM describing it, it could be cinematic and fun, and Goblin Wrestling is just a fun idea, but it's a boring way to do it, in my opinion, I think. So now, before I go on to the book, I am going to look at the map, which is actually pretty cool. So on the back, you have this really nice cinematic picture of, it looks like a displacer beast or something with wings, and there's the mermaid, and it's really nice. Pretty sure it's watercolor of the Witchlight Carnival. And then, for me, my favorite thing is the actual Witchlight Carnival map. I am a huge sucker for maps. I love drawing them myself. I love making them on Dungeon Draft. But I love knowing where I'm going or knowing where I could go. it really opens it up to kind of an open world. I haven't read through the book, but if you're able to let your players just go and you put this map on the table and say, hey, where do you want to go? I will run that. That is actually really cool. So there's some of these are like dragonfly rides, gondola swans, Silver Song Lake, Hall of Illusions, snail racing, which sounds pretty funny, mystery mine, interesting, lost property, which actually lost property could be a pretty cool plot point for getting discount magic items or something. Ticket booth, bubble pop teapot, pixie kingdom. So this is pretty cool actually. And at the corners, so there's a looks like there's a time system that you can do, and then something else. But I mean, it's pretty good quality, and the gloss is nice. I prefer a bit more of a matte finish instead of glossy because it lasts longer. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the matte. I really like the back cover. I would actually like another matte for this, so that way I could pin up the watercolor on the back and then use the map for my players. But that's pretty cool. So let me put the dice into their dice tray. Again, I really like this logo right there. It's really cool. Okay, now I'm going to go through the book, and then I will give you guys my just general quick thoughts about it, and we will go from there. So it looks like I actually got my wish with the map, because it's I got a bigger version of the Witchlight Carnival Map, and on the back it looks like just the domain of Prismere, which is a very, very beautifully drawn map of this domain that it looks like this adventure will take place in. So that actually works out pretty well. I do like that this map is so much bigger. It is probably like double or 3 times the size of the original one, which works really well for a whole table. Just don't spill your snacks on it. So one thing I want to touch on really quick, just initially looking at it. So most of the books they have these days have an alt art version that you can buy, and normally I like them a lot better. I actually like this cover more. I feel like it just evokes the whole theme of the carnival. Now the alternate art for the cover, the one that you can get from Wizards of the Coast, fantastic. It is beautiful, but for me personally, I think just thinking of a carnival and intriguing my players, kind of like a movie poster of like, hey, I'm going to show you this, and like, would you like to go? This right here is the one that I would personally want to use, and that would intrigue me into more playing this game. Another thing I just saw that I wish they would have included in this thing is actual tickets to the Witchlight Carnival. I feel like that's a super easy thing they could have included in this special set, because it just, I mean, why not? That's like a no-brainer right there. So that's kind of disappointing that they didn't include that in this nice box set. Maybe in those big influencers that they did put in these tickets for the Witchlight Carnival, but us regular folk, we didn't get them. So that's disappointing. Mainly because I want it. I would just love to take these tickets, these the Witchlight Carnival tickets, and just hand them out to my players, and maybe with like a prophecy or like a riddle or something. It's so cool what you could do with a ticket, especially with something so magical as the Witchlight Carnival. Something I really enjoy is they put this character named Thaco the Clown. If you don't know, Thaco is how they used to, in 1st, 2nd edition, how they used to do armor class, and it was very complicated, at least for me. And convoluted and really strange. Instead of going up in numbers, you wanted to go down in numbers. And I think it's funny that they made a clown named Thaco. Okay, just finished doing a quick glance through it, and I actually like this book a lot. I would need more time to actually read it and to understand it, but this book is pretty cool. Let me just go through the table of contents and kind of just tell you what it's all about. So it goes over all the characters and things at the Witchlight Carnival. But actually, the before chapter 1, the introduction goes over how to use all the maps, the trinkets, the new races, the fairy and Herongon, some character traits. Beginning the adventure, the way they kind of get you into this adventure is you have a lost item and you need to get it back, which I think is pretty cool. I think it would kind of break the momentum once you get the lost item, because then it's like, okay, why am I here? But obviously it's D&D, so your dungeon master or whoever will find a way to pull you and keep you into the adventure. So I like that. There's a quest for warlocks, which is always fun. Warlocks just come with the best roleplay opportunities. Yeah, so chapter 1 is all about the Witchlight Carnival. Teaches all about it. The theming, the flavor of the book is really fun because there's a few different places. So there's hither, thither, yon, which is fun because it's just the naming scheme really fits with the Feywild. I think so a lot. It comes with magic items. It comes with a bunch of different characters that you can use, and then the creatures. I love the creatures. I think the creatures are pretty good. Some are reprinted from other ones that are there, but there's obviously things that are from Alice in Wonderland, because Alice in Wonderland is totally the Feywild. I'm gonna put a link in the description of the WebDM and their Feywild adventures, or how they have decided to use the Feywild and some of their stuff before. Really good. So this has the Jabberwock right in here, and the Jabberwock I would say is a legendary creature. It comes from Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, Alice Through the Looking Glass, and it's a crazy monster. My main issue is that it's not very strong. It has a lot of abilities, a lot of things that it can do, but it only has 115 health and 18 armor class. And I'm pretty sure this book goes to level 8, and that's great, but at level 8, if you have just a rogue, a paladin, and even a wizard, they're going to take out that Jabberwock like it's no one's business. It's disappointing, mainly because the Jabberwock is such a legendary creature. But yeah, it's whatever. Another thing that I think is really cool in the magic items is they have the Snicker Snack, which is a legendary sword that is the thing that it's a vorpal blade in the original poem by Lewis Carroll to fight the Jabberwock, but when you cut off the Jabberwock's head, it snicker snacks, which is just like the sound that it made. And I think it's really cool. I love the theming and everything. Again, I'm a bit disappointed with the Jabberwock in general. If I ever were to run this and use the Jabberwock, it would definitely be a much stronger creature that it would take a lot to kill, because the Jabberwock is just so legendary, in my opinion, when it comes to things like that. And I just think if you're going to include a monster like that, you should make it legendary and really powerful and make it feel like this super cinematic fight. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to be that impactful if it only has 115 health. And it's considered a dragon, so I really think it should be of a higher caliber. So, and the last thing I want to talk about, really, just my initial thoughts, is, well, two things. There's these role-playing cards that pretty much give a quick summary of the characters. It has a little bit of a description, their alignment, a personality trait, an ideal, bond, and flaw. I don't think ideals, bond, and flaws are super effective for players, but I think for NPCs that the DM is in fully control of, I think that's a really good idea. So I think this is something that we should take and use in all of our games, because having these on hand takes a little bit more work, but once you have it, that's something that you can use for the rest of your campaign or future campaigns. So, and then the last thing I want to talk about before I give my initial rating and final thoughts is there is some stage fright lines, which I assume stage fright is an activity or a game or something in this. I didn't exactly see it, but it looks like there's just a bunch of one-liners. The first one is, "Did you speak? I thought 'twas the braying of an ass," which it's fun. I think it's cool. I feel like these would be really good for a bard or, you know, a scoundrel type character. So yeah. Overall, as the first review of books and just like modules and settings on this channel, I am pretty happy with the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I do like the extra stuff that I got in this package that I bought. Like I said, I wish there were some tickets inside of it. That's the only thing I could say is like, oh, I wish there was that. But there's 2 maps, which is really great. Exactly what I wanted before I even opened the books. But I would give the Wild Beyond Witchlight, I mean, I don't really know if I'm going to do a number rating or anything, but I would give it like a B to a B+. Not 100% up there as the best, but just my initial thoughts without playing, without really reading individual chapters and through everything, I would give it a B to a B+. I think it's a good book. I think you should buy it, especially if you like adding games, trinkets, and having some nice, fun, interesting characters to your game. I think the Feywild is underused. I'm glad they came out with this book. Overall, I like it. I think you should buy it if you want to add those types of things to your game. But thanks for coming to my shop, and I hope you have a beautiful day. You're awesome. Thank you so much, and see you later.